welcome back to Gray Magnolias. My name is Alma. If you enjoy videos with thrift hauls, book rambling reviews with no real structure, but I'm just kind of sharing my thoughts, knitting, crochet, and any kind of artsy craft that I'm getting into, I hope you stick around. If you could like and subscribe, I would greatly appreciate that. And let's get into it. I've been batch filming, and this is my last video. My throat is dry. Let me get some water. Yeah, for this video, I am going to be sharing my April TBR, possibly. I've been DNFing way more than reading, unfortunately, and that's just, I'm trying to just accept that, and like, it's okay. I don't know, I'm usually a mood reader, but lately, I don't know what I want to read, so I kind of picked a few things, and hopefully I can kind of get through this pile a little bit. Like, I DNF'd quite a bit last month. I think I read 3 good books last month, which I made a video of one, another video of another's coming up, and I didn't really make a video of the third. And that's okay. I mean, I had a really good year last year, and this year might not be too hot. But let's get right into it. So I have a decent stack of my own, and then I have 2 library books. So let's just do this. I've picked things that I'm hoping will get me out of my slump. And one of those things being historical romance, which, if you've seen any of my videos, that is my, like, if I could only choose to read one type of genre and book for the rest of my life, it'd be historical romance. I would do that. That is what I would pick. So let's see what I picked. I have a Julie Garwood, rest in peace. I have not read anything of hers, and I know she's amazing. So I picked The Prize. A king demanded her conquest. She surrendered only to love. So we have, I think, is this medieval? I'm thinking it's medieval Viking. So there's Saxons, Norman invaders. I'm not sure if it's set in Scotland or anything like that, but beautiful cover. The Prize. I have several in this style, and I wonder if set in the same world, the same characters. I'll have to see. I do try to read in order, even if it's not necessary for historical romance, just so, like, I just like the build up. I just like it. So we have that one. And finally, maybe gonna read a Joanna Lindsey, A Gentle Feuding. If you saw my one of my previous videos of my entire collection of hers, I picked the most decent cover one in case I take it to work. Which I'm not ashamed of what I read, but at the same time, I don't want to have a conversation about what I read if I'm reading something like that, you know what I mean? So this one, clan hatred fired their blood, yet their hearts burned the wild and tender flames of desire. So I'm getting, Scotland. Love, love. I love. So yeah, love me Scottish historical romance, because I love me a Scottish accent. So I picked that one, and then I have read a couple things of hers that I actually really enjoyed. This is like super old school historical romance. I have Kathleen E. Woodwise, The Wolf and Dove hardback. I thrifted this. Look at that stunning cover. This is one of her like top ones. So we are, I'm doing like a lot of medieval here. I didn't realize. So 1066, Saxony, Norman invaders, Viking. So I got that one. Again, ooh, excuse me, a little risque. I am just kind of trying things, and I've started following someone on Instagram that she does really good compilations of like fantasies, like in the 80s, 90s, and 2000s and stuff like that, like old school fantasies with female characters written by female authors. This wasn't on the list, but I was like, you know what? I need to finally read this. I had this on my TBR several months ago, maybe even last year, and I still haven't gotten to it. I have the whole trilogy on my shelf, so it won't be like I need to hunt it down. It's not complete or anything like that. And it is the oh God, I keep doing this to myself. I had the same. No. Anyways, this is book one in this trilogy, The Pillars of the World. It is fantasy, fae. Um, the veil or something like that is like closing, and people are being cut off, if I remember correctly. Yeah, the roads are slowly disappearing, leaving the Fae clans isolated and alone. So I'm gonna give that a go, and hopefully it gets me just fire. I need to like a fire under my butt, and just like to find something that's just like freaking amazing and I can't put down. I want that feeling. And I think I'm finally. My husband's like, "You're never gonna read it." I'm like, "Yes, I am. I just don't want to read it and it be over because it's book one and there's gonna be more, and then I'm gonna be left like, what the heck?" And it's Anne Bishop's newest book that came out last August, and I got it for Christmas for my birthday. Turns of Fate. It's a new series she started. It's like set in the modern world, but there's magical elements and there's a crime to solve type of situation, I think. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a go, and I really want to do kind of like a read along with this and kind of separate it into sections and kind of like jump in because I love Anne Bishop. She's my favorite. And jumping in to some library books, I was really thinking of like, gosh, what to read. I like returned a bunch of books that like I was gonna try, and I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna read them. Moving on, moving on. Life's too short. There's way too many damn books on the shelves. People keep writing, and I can't keep up. You know, if I don't like it, I don't like it. But I remembered a book that came in, was returned, and I'm like, oh, that's like a really pretty cover. It's called Shark Heart, a love story by Emily Hebeck. I was like, that is a really pretty cover. I really like that. I am one that judges a book by its cover. Um, and then I read the inside and I was like, that sounds so different. So different. So let me read to you. Hopefully, I don't stumble over my words. Pardon me if I do. But it says for Lewis and Wern, their first year of marriage is also their last. A few weeks after their wedding, Lewis receives a rare diagnosis. He will retain most of his consciousness, memories, and intellect, but his physical body will gradually turn into a great white shark. I'm like, excuse me? Excuse me? A shifter romance type of thing? What is this? As Lewis develops the features and impulses of one of the most predatory creatures in the ocean, his complicated artistic heart struggles to make peace with his unfulfilled dreams. At first, Wern internally resists her husband's fate. Is there a way for them to be together after Lewis's changes? Then a glimpse of his developing carnivorous nature activates long repressed memories to Wern, whose story alternates between her childhood living on a boathouse in Oklahoma, which isn't Oklahoma landlocked, which I think I could be wrong, her time with a college ex-girlfriend, and her unusual friendship with a woman pregnant with twin birds. What? I was like, what the heck is this? Woven throughout this bold novel is the story of Wern's mother, Angela, who became pregnant with Wern at 15 in an abusive relationship amid her parents' crumbling marriage. In the present, all of Wern's grief eventually collides, and she's forced to make the impossible choice. A sweeping love story that is once lyrical, funny, airy, and visceral, Shark Heart is an unforgettable novel about life's preanal questions, I'm probably saying that wrong, and fragility of memories, finding joy amidst grief, and creating a meaningful life. This daring debut marks the arrival of a wildly talented new writer, bound with imagination, humor, and heart. So, I don't know about you, but reading that is like, wow. And it actually doesn't have like crazy good read. It's, well, no, I would have to say a 3.5 on Goodreads is solid. Like, that's a solid book. Um, Despite what everyone like the whole narrative these days about that. Um, but all the good reviews are like, oh my god, what has this done to me? Go in this as blind as you can. I think just I haven't read a synopsis, a book like in cover thing so different in such a long time, because so many of them, like, I'm looking at fantasy books and stuff like that. They just all sound the same. Her family was killed by this and this and that, and now she's going to take revenge by infiltrating the court, and then she's all of a sudden has these hidden powers. Like, yes, the story could be completely different even though it sounds the same, but when you read, I just feel like sometimes what do you even call this, the synopsis of books, like, they make no effort for them anymore. For some of the stuff, when I'm like scrolling and researching and trying to figure out what I'm going to read next, like, so much of it's like, oh, if you loved Akatar, if you loved Fourth Wing, if you loved, what else was like really popular, um, Crescent City, you're gonna love this. And it's just like, while I do understand people wanting to chase that high of like how they felt with those books, if it's those books or something else, it's just kind of like, I do want to read something unique though. That's just me. But it's just kind of like, oh, okay. So, but I'm very excited to read this. I've been meaning to go to the beach in the morning sometimes. So I might take this with me and kind of find a little spot to read a little bit before I like start my day or something like that. I'm really excited about this one. And while I don't know, I'm kind of like slowly moving out of, I'm like trying to read different things. I'm trying a little bit harder, but I'm really excited for that. And lastly, this came in and I was like, you know what? I could use a little spice, a little something spicy. I'm kind of really moved away from it. Um, I mean, there's spice in my books, but not like what I used to read. Um, like the historical romance. I haven't picked up an historical romance in a minute. Um, and I have to say, some historical romance is probably some of the spiciest stuff I've ever read compared to like dark romance. Because like when there is yearning and then there's finally connection of the physical sort, it's a whole nother layer of amazingness. Like, let me tell you. So this came across, I got checked in. I was like, I you're coming home with me. It's by Julie Murphy and Sierra Simone, which I think I have read Sierra Simone. I know she writes really like high spice type of stuff. So it's called Fundamentals of Being a Good Girl. That's one of my favorite lines in books. I know it's like super basic, but um so this is the cover. Super fun. The sprayed edges are fun too, and I'm not a sprayed edge type of person, but it says, I think you want to be my good girl. Yes, professor. So yeah, I started reading it this morning a little bit. We have Madeline and we have Dr. Bram. Really pretty artwork. I like how she's not your typical female character. And yeah, she, kind of starts off crazy one night stand, and she knocks on his door, and she's about to be his nanny for his 3 kids, and we'll see what happens from there. So it's told from both of their point of views. Okay, that's different. I was like, oh, this could be like a fun read. Maybe I just need something like fun, sexy fun. Okay, so that is my TBR for April. I'm quite excited for my choices, and I hope I will try to check in maybe with some like YouTube shorts or something like that, how it's going. And yeah, hopefully we got some winners. Hopefully I'm like going through quicksand. I'm not doing the right movement to get out of it, so to speak, with my book slump. And it's like really frustrating. And everyone like always like, oh, you do read so much, like, yeah, but I'm not reading enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like not getting through anything. And I actually read, you'll see this in a previous video, but I slowly read this and it was very enjoyable. I slowly read this little like murder mystery thing, and it was so funny. I really enjoyed it. I read it slowly and I was like really enjoying it. And then yeah, but I just want something that I just can't put down. I'm trying to sneak a chapter when I can type of situation. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you are reading any of these or have read any of these, let me know. I hope your TBR is good for the month of April. And yay, let's read a book. The world is burning. Yeah, alrighty, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.